The tower stands 13 stories tall and is capped off by a set of Mickey Mouse ears that weigh in at 16 tons. And in case you're wondering, that's a hat size of 342 and 3/8. As we round this corner, take a look off to the right at the end of the row. We used in last summer's movie, The Studios. In bungalow number 3, it is a permanent home to the Mickey Mouse Club. Right now, they are on a hiatus or just a small vacation. However, for instance, we might use a row of the tall trees in back to hide the fact that only a small portion of our set was actually built. Take a look off to the ground on your right and you'll see what appears to be a large green twisted tree trunk. This was actually used as a flower stem in the movie Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Here in Florida, we're proud to say that we have the world's largest working wardrobe with over 2.5 million garments. And that number keeps on growing every day. We want to take a second look at some of the homes you'll be seeing here. All of the homes on Residential Street are actually just facades. This means that they are just empty shells used for exterior shots only. If you take a look through the front window or the front door of this first home, you can see clear through the house all the way to the backyard. But that's okay if it's a little drafty on our back lawn. Edited together with interior footage shot on a soundstage out in California to bring you the show which you see every Saturday night. Television series 100 Lives of Black Jack Savage. Coming up on your right, you'll also see a blue helicopter cockpit. This was used in the movie Blue Thunder, which starred Roy Scheider. And next you'll see the tail section of a silver plane. This was used in the 1942 classic Casablanca, which starred Humphrey Bogart and Ingrid Bergman. You can see the front section of this plane also here at our studios in the great movie ride attraction located in our Chinese theater. A little farther up in our boneyard, if you saw the movie Who Framed Roger Rabbit, then you may recognize some of the next large-scale props coming up. The 3 blue sedans to your right are just 3 of the 7 that were used in the movie, and can you guess which one Roger got a hold of? That's right, the one that now looks like a convertible. You may want to look carefully at the Pacific Electric trolley car because while it may appear to be a real trolley car, it's actually just a modified bus. Behind those fake trolley wheels are actually just rubber bus tires. Just past our yacht club, you'll see 2 silver space pods. These were used in the movie Flight of the Navigator. And above those, you'll see some of the colorful gears that were used in the final scenes of the movie Dick Tracy. If you take a look across the canal, though, you'll get a backstage view of some of our homes out on Residential Street. And you may have noticed that there's not a whole lot of privacy in this small community. Also notice the architectural details, such as the shingles on the roof. Notice that they just stop outside of camera range.
No, you stay right there.
The old tanker truck which you see up on the hill is a good example of a large-scale prop, some like which we just saw back at our boneyard. That truck may not look too good, but it happens to run really great. It also wasn't easy for us getting that truck in here either. You can see that we couldn't just drive it across the ravine and control the weather. Now, oftentimes in a production, your script will call for a real downpour. And in the movie-making business, time is money, and we can't always wait around on Mother Nature. So when the cameras are ready to roll, the rain has to be ready to fall. To create this illusion, we use high-powered rain spouts located just overhead outside of camera range. The opposite ends of these spouts shoot the rain outward to give it a more natural look. Now, see, that wasn't too bad, was it? C1 is the earthquake. Hold on, everybody. I'm afraid this is going to happen. Just hold on. We'll get out of here as quick as we can. was created when we opened the gates of 3 large tanks located just on top of the canyon, and it sent 70,000 gallons of water thundering towards our shuttle. To make things more spectacular, we used a large green air cannons located in the back of the set to shoot more of the water out through the canyon. Now, the earthquake effect which you felt was created by large hydraulic shaker tables located just underneath these shuttle cars. These shaker tables are so strong that if we turn them up all the way, we could throw a small-sized car over the railing and into the base of the canyon. And as we approach New York streets, you may want to get your camera ready, because when we pass by Washington Square just up ahead, take a look through the archway to your right, and in the far distance, you'll get a good view of some of our skyscrapers. While these skyscrapers may appear to be real, they're actually just painted flats. It's an old movie trick known as forced perspective. While the real Empire State Building stands over 100 stories tall, ours on the back body is just over 4. And also to your right, you can see the original Tipmobile created by Judge Doom to destroy the tubes and keep raining the plaza around. And right now we are hosting